Hello, my name is Mahan, and in the previous video, I covered the backend portion of my project GoWiki. Today, I'm going to be covering the frontend portion which was written in React. This is the web page you can see here. This is the result of my frontend. You can see the UI, and I have a small description. I've used Material UI to craft my widgets, and I've added some CSS and Bootstrap as usual to make this look better. Then I have rendered my articles using my Axios API request to my backend, which was written in Go language, and that allows you to create these awesome articles that you can see here. I'm going to be taking a short look at the code. So I'm importing React from React, then I'm importing Axios, which is the HTTP client-based library to send API requests to my backend, then all my icons from Material UI core package, and then I define my endpoint here, which is the heroku.app, herokuapp.com endpoint. And then I'm rendering my header, which you can see above, with the menu book rounded icon. Then I have my spacing. Then I have my articles, where I'm rendering the properties, the title, the body, the image, the author, and on delete icon, which when pressed, I'm just going to create a sample article to demonstrate this action. Demonstrating on click event, and it says optional image URI, so I'm just going to skip that. And I'm the author, so I'm going to put my name. Then I'm going to click on the delete rounded icon. For some reason, it creates a new article, but it's not supposed to. But now I can click on the delete rounded icon, and it deletes the articles. And this is how the on click method works. I click on the delete rounded bucket button. It handles the delete by deleting the article from the articles list, which is also a component. And the props is nothing but a JSON body that I'm rendering onto the article component that I've defined here as a div class name equals article component. And here I have my create area where I can create my articles, and value is going to be title text for the title. Here you can add something like hello world, and so hello world is going to be the title text. It's going to use the constructor to set the title text to that particular value. So it says on change event equals set title text event.target.value. So set title text is the constructor that allows you to set the current text when it's changed, and that enables you to capture the value of that element after the event has occurred. And this the name of this element is going to be title, and the placeholder is title, and I switched off the autocomplete, and then it's the required target. But as you can see, the image URI is not required, so I have just added a placeholder optional image URL. And this is the most important part of this particular body, because this allows you to add the article, and previously we discussed how we set the text of these articles. So when the value of the particular element changes, then the value of the element is updated, and we are feeding that value to this props.onAdd event or this function, and then you're setting the title text, the body text, the image URI, and the author name to nil, because you do not want the user to create another article with similar data, and he wants to start off with a new set of data. So that's why we are setting using the constructor to set these values to null. But when the user clicks the add button, which is defined here, the fab icon, then you create a new article with all the required body and the text defined in the create area. And here you have a bunch of functions that allows you to access the API. Const article set articles equals use state list, then function create article, then you're posting to the endpoint and API slash create route with the article body, and then your set articles preview or previous to previous articles and then the new article. So this is just the JavaScript dot notation that allows you to expand the previous article body and then add the newer article. So you do not want to add the articles in a random order, but rather you want to add the articles in a sequential order. And here we are not using time to order these articles. So to speed the process up, we are using the array dot notation to achieve this end. Then you're defining the onDelete function to delete the article with the ID and then filter the articles where the article's ID is not equivalent to the deleted article. And then you're reading from the API and your set articles rest.data. You're just going to set all the articles using it's a set articles constructor which allows you to set all the articles with the required data. And it iterates through the list or the JSON body. So div header spacing and then I have defined my onAdd function here and it's going to call the create article function when I'm going to click on the create area. Here I can create another article. Sample content would be the body. Then I can type in my name again. I'm just going to create a new article. When I click on the create article fab icon and when I click on delete, I just have to refresh my page and hopefully the article has been deleted. Looks like something has gone wrong because it has been delete of undefined. So I'm going to go to my dashboard and look at what went wrong. I'm going to take a look at my logs of my backend. As you can see, when you're trying to read the route, so when you have an undefined article ID, then delete of undefined is just going to be deleting all the articles. And that's not possible because you need to have an article ID. So having a nil variable is one of the problems with using the ID of a document to refer to it. And it's just the drawbacks of it. So you just have to restart all dynos. It's going to start the process with the command and it has created a database connection and now it should be available. I'm going to refresh my page and you can see all the articles have appeared. So it's better to delete the article by the title name, but if two articles like linear algebra has two articles with the same name, then deleting the two articles, so deleting the article with the same title will delete both the articles. So there's no way to differentiate between those two articles. So that's the problem here. But the best way to do this is to use the ID and sometimes it causes issues. So I've rendered my spacing widget here. Then I map my articles to have article with article key equals ID and my article ID. Title is going to be article.title, article.body, article.image, and article.order. And then when the onDelete function is called, then it calls the onDelete function from above. So I've defined here. Sends a request to the delete route and that deletes the article from the MongoDB database, and that gets rendered onto the UI here. And I'm exporting my component, my app component, in the app.jsx file, so that can be used and rendered in the index.html file. So I'm going to write and quit. No, I'm going to just quit. So this is the front end, and it was well designed. And this was the first time I have used React, and it was a very nice experience. I was able to send requests to my API, both post, get, and delete requests, three types of requests, and render the response in my front end. And the result of all that is this nice, beautiful website you can see here. So thank you, and see you later.